Rip fucking Overwatch 1. Greetings, brothers, and welcome to another video. And today, we're going to talk about how tryhards, or sweats, ruined Warhammer 40k. I think this will be more of a reasonable argument people tend to make, and it's tryhards that kind of ruin the scene more or less. In general terms, I'm speaking of. Finally, Varrock, the Humpty Dumpty fat bitch, can agree with me on something than him trying to avoid exercise to lose some fucking weight.
Let me get off my car before you flip it over, you fat fuck.
Then again, there's a win and there's a loss. Good example is like 40k Tabletop and is more or less a meta fest. You don't play for fun, or skill, or earned challenge from figuring out how to counter certain playstyles. No, it's just a specific army that is so good with their stats, and that is the only thing you can play. And if you play anything else, you will get hammered so hard, and God ain't gonna save you either. It's that kind of thing.
One day you will have to answer for your actions, and God will not be so merciful.
Now, I can personally relate to this very well and know of, and it's technically Overwatch. The first one, not the second one. So much for fucking PvE, man. Fuck Blizzard.
Oh, fucking hate it!
But there's one thing I want to say is,
You can't escape me!
welcome to the ad, and here are my platforms you can support me in. In return, your name shall be in the Hall of Fame of the Hoplodust Legion. Also, if you haven't already, there's a button called a subscribe button, where you can get updates of my content and posts so you don't miss out. And finally, you can always join into my Discord to be part of the Hoplodust Legion community. Thank you so much for watching this video, even you skipped it, you fucking heretic. And now, let's get back to the video. Understandably, I've critiqued many things about how Warhammer 40k fans, the way they entered the hobby with the wrong idea. And then again, I like them at least have a fucking standard compared to others who make saucy 40k art. Magic kill. Like, compared to a video to a codex to start with 40k, I would personally say start with a codex, because it's more reliable when you read it directly and it comes from the ones who actually wrote it.
I'm sorry, little one.
Then again, Warhammer 40k has no canon from the start, so I might as well go fuck myself. I have played tabletop since 8th edition, and until now with 10th edition, and let me tell you when it comes to this. I don't recall, and I haven't won a single fucking game in my life. Not even once. And it didn't matter if it was Primaris or it was Firstborn. I just can't win.
Can't fucking compete!
Now, at the start, I was like, a little bit is like, oh, okay, it's a little bit of like skill-wise. And, you know, all I have to understand like how to play tabletop and all that. But over time, I have come to the realization it's designed to be meta only. It's designed for you to fucking lose if you don't play meta.
The game was rigged from the start.
And as much as I love my Imperial Fist, they are still shit. Oh, I hit a 6 so I can get more hits while using a bolter in my 9th edition codex? Fun! You can only win based on meta, and anything non-meta, you will lose 99% of the time. It is ironically pay-to-win kind of tabletop.
Let's go gambling!
And it is scarily similar with how Overwatch is made. Like, they don't play the game for fun, they play the game to win, and it doesn't matter how much, it's all about winning. And motherfuckers couldn't be any more depressing. Like, I get it. Having a challenge is one thing, but to challenge and earning it is another thing. Overwatch and 40k Tabletop do not do that. Well, technically, Overwatch did that at the beginning, and then they slowly catered to more sweaty esports tryhards and became what he hates the most: League of Legends. If challenge isn't earned and only cares about winning no matter what, then where's the fun in that? Filthy casuals is one thing, which of course they would like to play things casually. Fine, that is just fine. Sometimes you kind of need some casuals to flow through the game sometimes, or else it's just a pure sweat fest and no one joins, aka fucking Destiny 2 and Overwatch. But those who try hard and sweat with the mentality of winning, and they go against a casual on tabletop like 40k. Now, you know it's not going to be fun, and I'll tell you that. And I don't really recall I had fun on tabletop at all with 40k.
Can't fucking compete!
The only reason I played it, and the only thing that was fun, it was because of playing with friends. Not because tabletop was fun. And if you remove that friend element, I don't think I would have played 40k tabletop at all. Ask yourself this: are you having fun with current tabletop in 40k? And if so, what is the element on tabletop that makes it fun? And no, not friends, not narration, not homebrew stuff. I'm talking about straight up vanilla 10th edition tabletop. What is the fun out of it other than being meta build and it's all about winning mentality? It's like saying you're enjoying Risk of Rain 2 because of the mods. No, that doesn't count. I'm talking about straight up vanilla original from the game. And once you figure it out after 40k years, I'll tell you this straight up. Ever since 8th edition, there isn't much fun because GW has purposely catered to an audience that tryhards too much and they will only play what's gonna make them win. It's all about winning. It's not about fun. It's not about challenge. It's about what can I get the most wins. Literally Patrick Bateman moment.
We're gonna win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
Another important thing to add is that GW purposefully would do a thing called min-maxing, and it works well for their sales. A pretty good example when it comes to memory is the Leagues of Otan. Super fucking powerful in 9th edition, and then they nerfed them hard and now they're just like, meh. And it is because it was new, they try to give you a reason to buy it, because your mind were like, they're cool, but also powerful, and then you can get a win on tabletop, so might as well go get it and get first place on tournaments.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
This is why I enjoy much more with 3rd edition and play it whenever I'm able to, and it is essentially, it gave you a certain playstyle you wanted to do in your army. It had flavor, and most importantly, it gave you a reason to have fun based on what you want to do. You wanted to have a more mechanized army? You can do that. You want to have more infantry army? You can do that, and etc. Of course, some armies tend to be a little bit overpowered based on how they're built, like fucking Elder. This is why you lost your fucking empire! Even with them, you can play around it. That's what it matters. And more importantly, I have a choice and I can play around that. I can actually think of how to play and how to build a certain army and all that to the way I want to. And also more importantly, how the map is also designed. That's another important thing. Now let's try to cram that back all together and to simplify it a little since motherfuckers don't know where I'm coming from with this topic. Okay, they're retarded. The reason some people don't play tabletop, it's not because it's complicated, not because of pricing, and I know that some of them like that. It's not because of it's hard to get into. It's because of tryhards, and tryhards that sweat so hard that even getting into a casual game that would leave with some people with a bitter taste. And it still happens in 10th edition from my local store. They're like two cons that I want to call out, but at the moment I want to be nice. Please understand I will mention a lot of Overwatch references, and you probably noticed it by now, since partly one of my most experiences that I had is Overwatch. And to a certain extent, it sounds very eerily similar, just like other IPs. Like, having filthy casuals playing your game is good, because not only it keeps the game alive with new people, but it also gives the potential for those who want to dive deeper into the game or hobby and whatever, and sometimes they come and go, and there's that. Keep this in mind, this is casuals who are into the hobby and know a little bit amount of lore and all the other shit compared to tourists that pretend to know what 40k is and then they want something to change for them even though they've never entered into the hobby whatsoever, and 40k has become Star Wars ironically. I know where you're already going with this, and you're like, Nellop, aren't you gatekeeping to tell people how to get into the lore and Warhammer 40k? What gatekeeping? Gatekeeping doesn't exist in 40k. Fans have zero control with the IP. What the fuck am I gatekeeping?
Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid?
The only thing I'm gatekeeping is my fucking YouTube channel against fucking idiots that can't have two brain cells to put things 2 to 2 together, and that's the only thing I gatekeep compared to fucking GW. But here's something much more bizarre. I didn't even need to do gatekeeping. It's the fucking idiots gatekeeping for me and shooting themselves in the foot, making too many presumptions and not actually listening to what I'm saying, and they just leave on their own. You're making this easy for me, you know that, right?
We're gonna win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
I don't know, it's just funny where you just appear and people will just burn against my aura. It's just fascinating. And then again, if you can't handle my worst, you can't handle my best, you fucking pussy.
Pathetic.
Yes, I do tell people in my preference how to get into the lore, even though 40k is not canon. And it is because people, even today, from YouTubers and VTubers, give this meme type of way of explaining the lore, which does give the wrong impression of what 40k really is, either from lore or what it actually is built for, like tabletop and etc.
I'm a tank.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, why would you believe of someone who will overfluff and exaggerate the lore talking from a YouTube video? Yes, I know, it's easy and you're fucking lazy, but if you were able to use your brain and able to think and read directly from the novel or codex, preferably, I think that would be a much better way to do it than to rely on a YouTuber to do the job for you.
Weakness is a choice.
It's like you would prefer to wipe your ass with your hands than using a toilet paper because it's convenient and easy. Look, I don't mind filthy casuals, but if there are filthy casuals that pretend to know stuff and try to lecture me in my comment sections and giving me an 8-paragraph long just to try to tell me that how I'm wrong and shit, and their source that they're getting it from is like Adeptus Ridiculous, I will just destroy you by replying, "K." But GW having to be catered to tryhards and essentially you are being punished as a casual and being so shit. Then again, I would say, skill issue bitch, get good. But at the same time, I do understand that ain't fun. In other words, it's designed for you to lose. Not because you're a shit at the game, it's because they are forcing you to get the best army possible for tabletop until the next meta comes around. And it's just like in Overwatch, in casual games, people are like, why the fuck are you here? Just go ranked. But we all know they have a power complex and they want to feel superior shitting on casuals. And this is why I don't play multiplayer games at all in general. Partly is because of ping, just where I'm located, but there's more. Another thing I like how 40k fans try to use this argument like it means something. Warhammer 40k has more people than ever before, thus it's good. You do understand that's a ad populum fallacy, or a more accurate version is the broader audience fallacy. Essentially, the whole idea is there's more people, thus it's good. Just because there's more people into the hobby, it doesn't equate to their watered-down art, story, lore, and tabletop. It's a bit of a stretch, but it does sound like a coping mechanism, a little bit. Like, you can't have one hand to say there's too many people, thus is good, meanwhile you have so many tryhards that are ruining the casual experience. Then again, skill issue bitch, but I completely understand. No one dislikes more than the tryhards themselves. And because GW is catering to tryhards, then it's really hard for someone to get into. As I said before, Overwatch is a good example, Destiny 2 is a good example, and Warhammer 40k is one of them. If you don't have, like, to a certain extent, a entrance that gives like certain steps that people can follow, where they can choose afterwards where they want to go, then that becomes very hard. But time for the conclusion. Filthy casuals are quite necessary in general, because filthy casuals can go and find ways to have fun. Meanwhile, there will always be, to a certain extent, tryhards no matter what, but if the game is designed and forcing you to play meta and not giving you like too much of a choice or giving you like a little bit of wiggle room to have a certain playstyle that you want to play, and the whole motto is just win. Now you can see from that, that's not really fun. And I don't really see 40k will change anytime soon. 8th edition was one thing, but at the same time, they butchered so much where most of the things are watered down and stayed like that for a long time. And still, you still have tryhards just sweating their asses off and still trying to play meta. Anyways, time to say bye-bye. You can check me on my donations if you want to support me. You can check me on my socials if you want any updates or join my strong legion on this bitch called the Hopeless Legion. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, my brothers, and take care.